I'm very happy to be here. And I'm Louis Kouakou. I work for the Statistics Department, African Development Bank. And we started working with Prognos 2009. Very long time. So we know very well Prognos, we know very well ADB and the Statistics Department. So for this presentation, it will be in 4 parts. Very short presentation. I will first make a brief introduction, telling you what is our mission and the objective we want to achieve. And I will present you what we are doing on the data collection and data management. And we have some problem with the system we are using so far on data collection. And then I will show you what we did with Prognos since 2009 on the data dissemination. It really improved our life. And then I will finish by emphasizing on the way forward, what we need to do. With regard to the introduction, let's say that our mission is to be, with our organization, principal source of development data in Africa. To this end, we are working with African Union and ECA, UN ECA. We are based in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, to collect data from all African countries. Also, we want to be to really disseminate the data over African countries and in the world. That's our main vision. With regard to the objective, as my colleague from IMF said in his presentation, first of all, we want to reduce human intervention because it creates a lot of mistakes. So we want to automatize the thing. And then, so we are developing templates to collect data from countries. And second thing, we want to improve data quality. If you ask me to give you, for instance, inflation for Africa, since from 2005 to 2013, and I give you the data without any information, it is difficult to analyze it. So metadata is very important. Metadata is information about data. And in what we are doing, we really emphasize on metadata to improve data quality. And we want to be sure that what we are collecting with the software is fully functioning. Last thing, we want to add value to what we are giving to people, value added, very important. And for instance, the African Development Bank is the lead in infrastructure statistics. It is important for us to give data on infrastructure statistics. And so we have several areas like that. So what are we doing on the data collection and data management so far? What is the system we are using? First of all, we want to work, and we work as a team. So we work as a team, and first source of data is country data. We rely on country data. But you all know that in some areas, countries are facing some problem of comparison. So for instance, for the monetary statistic, we rely on IMF data. But for national economy, prices, fiscal balance, we collect data from countries. Very important. And then, when we collect data from countries and some data from international organizations, we have experts in each domain, social, macroeconomic, external. We validate the data for each of the sectors. When the data are validated, we put it in the system and we generate the reports through the data portal. With regard to the data collection, we have let's say that we have 3 tools we use to collect data. First thing, in the African economic outlook and country strategic process. And second thing is in the African Statistical Yearbook, and the last thing, we rely on country economies, and we take some information from the website. With regard to the African economic outlook, every year we start the process in September. We launch a kick-off meeting. After that, country economies, we collect data from all African countries. We collect data from all African countries, and I can tell you that the process is it is not automated. It is very manual. We send the data to the statistics department, and when we process the data, we have a model, we estimate, we validate the data, we estimate, and we make a projection for all African countries. So we have a lot of room of improvement in the African economic outlook process. With regard to the African Statistical Yearbook, we started in 2009 with African Union and ECA. And for the yearbook, we send template to correspondents in countries. We fill the template. We organize a seminar in February to validate all the template, and we generate the books. In this, for this part also, a lot of room for improvement because we need to automate the collection, data collection. So when we collect data from countries, we use our data collection system for the work. And we have 6 main databases: macroeconomic, external, social, and all of this. And we have a working database. Why a working database? A working database because some indicator, for instance, you want to generate GDP per capita. GDP comes from the macroeconomic sector. Population comes from the social database. So you are obliged to have another database to make the calculation. So we have a working database where we make all this calculation, and after that we put all the other indicators in the table, and we feed the internal data portal for the intranet and the internet. With regard to the metadata, we started by giving an Excel sheet to all experts. So we ask them to feed this template. That means you are obliged to give the indicators you want to publish, the code, the definition, how you want to calculate it, how we need to aggregate it. So that's what we did. And after that, we put it in the data collection system. And for the data management, in this system, experts are able to load the data into the system. And derivation is, for instance, you want to make a calculation, for instance, gross domestic investment over GDP, you derive for each country, and aggregation is for at regional level and African level. And when everything is okay, we transfer to the working database. With regard to the data dissemination, as I told you,